Today we are making shito with a secret touch.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Deb's Delight. Today I'm super excited because I found a new way of making shito without it splashing to destroy your skin and all of those kind of things that comes with shito that we all don't like. Also, with this new recipe, I am replacing one of the protein powders, if I should say, because I don't want to mention which one, with tuna. So I'm just going to show you the list of ingredients and you know what I'm replacing. Let's go straight into it. Over here I've got my ginger, some white onions, some red onions. I've also got some garlic, some habanero peppers. These are actually Cameroon peppers, which are hotter than the normal habanero peppers. In here I've got some tuna in brine. I'm going to show you how I'll prep it for this recipe. I've got some hot chili powder. I've also got some chili flakes. This is tomato puree.
In here I've got some anise seeds or nkete. I've also got some mixed black, red and white peppercorns or esirisa. I've got some grains of selim, also known as wentia, some calabash nutmeg, some cloves known as pepper. In here I've got some fennel seeds, which is really good in shito. I've also got in here some thyme, some salt. I'm using Himalayan salt, the grated one. I've also got some shrimp seasoning as well as some rosemary. I love rosemary in my shito, and of course I couldn't go without my coriander seeds. I will introduce the rest of the ingredients as we go along. Okay, what I'm going to do now is to prep my tuna, my canned tuna, and guys, this adds so much flavor to your shito. I know this is out of the norm, but hey, you must try this and you definitely love it. So what I've done now is to drain the water from the tuna. What I'm going to do is to further drain it with my sieve. You know that when you're making shito, you don't want to incorporate any water into it at all. So having drained all the water from it, I'll line my baking tray with some foil and transfer the tuna onto it and further dehydrate it in my oven. So this recipe was inspired by my sister Nanabe's Kitchen, whom I love so much. She actually showed this on her YouTube channel, where she showed a simplified way of making shito, and this is exactly what I'm showing you today, and I promise you'll make your shito no other way. It cuts the cooking time of your shito into half, as well as it saves you a whole lot of pain. Your shito will no longer splatter. Okay. If you want to see how, please keep watching. So what I'm going to do now is to prep all my ingredients. This is the onions I am prepping now. When you're making shito, we all know that we need a lot of onions, and prepping it is a whole lot of pain. Here it was getting into my eye, but you know what, it's all worth it. So chopping the onion is done. I will move on to chopping my ginger as well. You can see that I'm slicing it into thin slices, and I'm going to show you the reason why as we go along. Okay, so keep watching. Of course, I'll intermittently check on my tuna, making sure to turn it around so that it will all dry out evenly. So once I have flaked it like so, I will pop it back into the oven, and it was in the oven at a temperature of 150 degrees Celsius. You'll need a wide pot for your shito and transfer your oil, which I forgot to show. So yes guys, the secret, what I'm going to do is to fry the chopped onions. Yes, you normally have to blend your onion and ginger and garlic and fry it at this point, but hey, to prevent it from splashing and destroying your skin, what you have to do will be to fry it. Yes, trust me, try your shito this way and you will definitely make your shito no other way. So while that is ongoing, I will check on my tuna. I'll pop it back into the oven and come back and fry the onions. It's frying beautifully. What we want to achieve here is to make sure that the onion is completely hydrated. We want to fry it until it is brown like so, and now we'll take it out of the oil. Having scooped off all the beautifully caramelized onions from the oil, I'll proceed by also frying the ginger. Yes, this shito is very exciting to make. It's really enjoyable because the old-fashioned way is too tedious. So while the ginger is frying, I'll go ahead and blend my natural spices. For easier blending, I'll first grind the seasonings which are hard, transfer it to the blender, and then transfer the rest into the blender as well. To this, I'll add my garlic and my Cameroon peppers, which is on the hotter side, as we want our shito to be hot. What is shito without it being spicy and hot? Don't forget that I always leave the quantities of ingredients in the description box, so be sure to check it out, okay? Before blending, I added some oil to aid blending. Remember that we don't want to incorporate any water, so every blending I do, I add oil instead of water. Once the ginger dries out, I will also take it out of the oil. Remember that when ginger fries for a long time, it tends to be bitter, so don't let it completely dry out like the onions, okay? Now let's begin with the process, the exciting part. I have transferred my tomato puree, which I'm going to fry until it is flaky like so, and it is ready for our next ingredient. The next will be our blended fresh pepper, ginger, and the rest of the fresh seasonings. I'll transfer this to the base of the shito, stir it all together, and allow it to fry on medium-low heat. Actually, I fried all of this on low heat as I wasn't in a hurry and I didn't want things to start burning. And yes, one of the reasons why you have to make your shito this way is that it saves your shito from burning. Now I will go ahead and blend my caramelized onions. I blended it as well with some oil, okay? Can't you see that this is shito already, my lovelies? Please make your shito no other way henceforth, okay? So you can see that our tuna has also dried out beautifully. I will add that to the base of the shito as well, which has been frying for a total of about 20 minutes now. Frying this on low heat, I'll make sure to be stirring it intermittently so that it doesn't burn at all. After another 10 minutes, I'll add my dried grounded chili as well. I'll also go ahead with my insisawa powder or my herring powder. I decided to add some shrimp powder as I wanted to go all out for this one, okay? So I didn't leave any out as said initially. I'll also go ahead and add the rest of the seasonings, which is my salt and my shrimp cube. And just look at that. We are almost there. Our shito is almost ready. No hassle, no bustle, and it's all going down beautifully. I'll stir it and go ahead and blend my caramelized onion and ginger. While that is blending, I'll also add my chili flakes and stir it all together to combine. So you can see that I started with a different blender which could not blend my onion, so I had to go in with my ninja. And even that, I wanted to blend half of my onion and ginger very smooth and the other half not smooth, as I wanted this shito to be as chunky as possible. So I added the one which had partially been grinded and the smoother one at this point, and our shito is as good as done. We are almost there. You don't have to fry this any longer. Your shito is ready. Very simple, isn't it? I'll go ahead for more flavor, add some coconut oil. I love coconut oil in my shitos. If you do not add coconut oil to your shito, please add a little bit, and it adds a whole lot of flavor. And my lovelies, our shito at this point is ready. Very simple, no hassle. Henceforth, you can make shito and sell because it's very, very simple. Trust me. And it's chunky. It was tasty. It was amazing and definitely a must try. The tuna also adds a whole lot of flavor. So I allow the shito to sit for another day so it cools down, because when you are packing your shito or serving it, you want it to be very cool before you pack it. And so make sure to let it sit, and the next day it's all cooled down beautifully, and now we'll serve it or package it all nicely into my glass containers using this funnel that I discovered on a neighbor's kitchen, which I found really cute, and I bought one as well. This shito was so good. The tuna added a lot of flavor, and trust me, it's shito. Okay, don't think that because it's done differently it is not the old traditional shito that you know. It is all the same. Also, when packing your shito, make sure that the fork or spoon you use does not have any water on it and it's as dry as it could possibly be. If there is water on it, it will cause your shito to spoil. So I dish this out beautifully, and of course I do dish out in some of these containers. When I buy, example, tomato purees or things in glass containers, I don't throw them out. I keep them for this purpose. I actually gave this to friends and family as gifts, and they enjoyed it same. And just look at that, it didn't burn at all. This is what I'm talking about. Try to stir it and cook it on low heat and it will not burn. Make sure to clean the sides of your packs with some dried kitchen tissues, prevent it from going bad. If you'll be trying this, please leave it in the comment section, and you can pair this with some rice, with some eba, with your banku, with your yam, so many things, just name it. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to this channel, my name is Debbie, and on this channel I bring you loads of different delicacies. Kindly like, comment, share and subscribe if you haven't done so. Until we meet again, I love you all, but God loves you the most. Bye for now.